Today I'm going to be showing you a tutorial on this hairstyle. This is a Dutch French crown braid that goes into a two-strand braid that I have fluffed out to make very voluminous and messy. So if you would like to learn how to do this hairstyle, just keep watching. First things you're going to need for this hairstyle are a brush, which mine is so gross, hair elastics, lots of those. I like to use these little tiny ones that are the same color as my hair for this. Probably you need like 8, I would say, and that's it. You're going to start with your hair in a deep side part, and then you're going to take your brush and just brush your hair all the way down to the ends, so that it's really tangle free and you won't get tripped up during the braid by any hair that won't come apart. And then you're going to create a really deep side part. Like mine is really deep over here, almost like kind of in line with the arch of your eyebrow. And you're going to grab 3 strands and start making a 3-strand French Dutch braid. And if you don't know what a Dutch braid is, it's just it's whenever you cross the strands in a braid under instead of over, and what it does is it makes kind of like a 3D effect. The braid looks like it's sitting on top of your hair instead of going into your hair, and I find that works really well with darker hair like mine, where maybe the dimension of your braids doesn't show up as well, but blondes have it easy. And so you're just going to grab a little piece of hair every time you cross one over to make it a French Dutch braid and add it to what you're crossing in. For this hairstyle, I am wearing my 24-inch Luxie hair extensions because I find that braids, I just don't have enough hair on my own to do a really thick, voluminous braid like I want it to look like. So I'm just getting up close so you can see how it's looking. And don't worry about how it looks kind of small. It's always better to start braiding tight, and then we're gonna pull it apart and loosen it, make it look thicker. And you're just gonna do this all the way down so you get to sort of like the base of your neck. And whenever you get to like the bottom of your ear, you sort of want to reach around the other side of your head and start incorporating the hair that's on the other side, because you don't want that to just hang down and it looks a little funny if you don't get it incorporated with at least some of the French braiding. Okay, so right here I'm gonna stop, and I'm going to take my hair into 2 big sections. I'm gonna take the section that has the French braided hair in it, and I'm gonna put it into a ponytail like this, just so that it doesn't fall out. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this section and I'm going to also put it in a little ponytail. I'm going to tug that ponytail holder down a little bit, and then I'm going to start pulling apart this braid. What I find easiest with pulling apart a braid is to sort of place my hand on the section below where I'm pulling so that it stays in place, and then I'm just going to start tugging it all apart. I want this to look sort of messy and relaxed and not fussy, not very done, and it just has a lot more impact whenever you do this. Apart. Maybe I'm going to pull these little front sections apart so they look big, even though they obviously don't have much hair in them. Okay, so already that looks so much cooler. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this section here first, and I'm going to split it apart so that it has a nice big hole in it. And then I'm going to take this section, this big chunky section. Ideally these would be even. I put a little bit more hair into the braided section than I wanted to, but I'm going to make it work. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to pull it down like that. So I'm gonna open this up again, just like I did with the previous section. Grab this section and pull it through. And then I'm going to grab another elastic. I'm gonna put it about here. And I'm going to, again, make a hole. Just like with any braid, you just keep repeating the steps. I'm gonna scoot back a little bit so you can see more of my hair. Pull it down, grab another elastic. Make a hole, pull this hair through. So this is kind of like braiding for dummies. Now, I wouldn't say that completely because obviously I started with a crown French braid and that is a little bit difficult, but really this hairstyle is pretty easy if you have any kind of basic braiding skills. I didn't make you fishtail or anything. And it looks really cool. Like it looks like an advanced hairstyle. Okay, make a hole, pull this through, do the same thing over and over. The nice thing about this technique is it makes a really voluminous braid. Like you can really pull this braid out and apart, and you won't get any of those funny ends sticking out because there are so many elastics in it that are holding the hair that if you have a lot of layers and sometimes you have trouble doing long braids, this is a great option. I found that that's part of the reason I like it so much because my hair, like I don't know if I've said thus far, but I have Luxie hair extensions in right now and they are not like blended with my hair. I didn't have them cut. I just use them for braiding. So, yeah, if I just try and do like a regular braid, I will find that I have a lot of little sticking ends out. Okay, so I think I'm probably about to the bottom. So for the bottom one, what I do is, I'm gonna step up a little bit. I take the last elastic out because I basically am ending at the same point where the elastic would be, and I just tie off the end. So, okay, and then I'm gonna go through and do what I did before with the crown braid and just pull this apart, way apart so that it's way voluminous and big and fluffy. Look at that. And if you see any of those elastics, you can just push them up and they'll get hidden by the grouping above them. And that also kind of helps to fluff it. Okay, so sometimes this section will sort of stick out, so if you want, you can add a bobby pin there. And sometimes I like to bobby pin the hair in the back, but it also looks kind of pretty if you just leave it down. But yeah, this is the finished look. It's very wearable, very pretty, super easy, and takes like no time if you are a busy mom like me. I love this hairstyle because it looks sort of glamorous and done, but I can also play with my daughter and, you know, do whatever. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you try it out. If you do, make sure to tag etc. hair on your Instagram because I would love to see if you try it. All right, thank you. Bye. Have a great day, guys.